Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokémon Snap. In the last episode we got all of the Lental requests down in Lental seafloor. This episode we are going to be cleaning out the beach in the nighttime and the reef in the evening. Bafflingly, the night beach we've never even got past research level 1, which is pretty shocking, which is why there's actually only 2 Lental requests available to us. So we're going to start with a casual gesture. Have you ever seen Auxiliary scratch its head? It only does it so rarely, it's hard to catch on camera. So, I'm not sure I must have done this a little bit, but, oh yeah, if we've got a few points in it, we must have at least done it at, of course we've played it at level 1 because we've played it. But I'm going to try and take some photos and some other stuff on the way out to it, but we need to go to the kind of like, just after the split of ways. So, the behaviour we're looking for is on this Octillery. Keep a close eye on it, and it's also not going to do this because we're not at level 2 on this. God damn it, there's bloody... The fact that it lets you do a Lental request when you aren't capable of doing it is annoying. I don't know how much stuff we've even got on this level that we can even level it up with. It's gonna be a toughie. Apparently we got a new behaviour on Sandygast. We got a level 1 Sandygast, which we've not got before. It's not great, but there it is. Let's see if any of these ones I've got are any better. There's a better Zangoose. Better Inkay. It's a good start. Better Auxiliary. Very good start. Obviously it's a better Sandygast because it's new. Well, that might push us some way towards level 2. Halfway. That's good. Well, halfway compared to where we started. Brilliant. Let's actually read off a different Lental request, because we can't do that one. Yeah, pretty good shot, huh? I saw even more Inkay out there too, so I bet I could get a group shot of them. This is a bit of a complex one, and involves us basically feeding Inkay at multiple points throughout the level, so let's head in. So, our first batch of Inkay are here before we go into the tunnel. Make sure at least one of them, doesn't matter about both, or it doesn't matter which one, but just make sure they have a bite to eat. Try to not bean them in the head of the fruit like I did. Come on. One of you eat, that's all that matters. Oh my god, are you thick or something? There we go, that one's eating. Brilliant. Cool. Next is, there is a second Inkay here after the tunnel. Make sure this one eats. Brilliant. You can see the third one in the distance there, kind of at the base of that rock. Let's have that one chomped down. That one's eaten, wonderful. Next, when we kind of go up over here, immediately down to the left is a fourth Inkay. That one's probably the easiest one to miss. That one's chowing down, that's excellent. And then there's a fifth one over here to the right of this kind of bit with the artillery on it. That should be all of them fed now, hopefully. So, we now need to wait until at the end, and you'll see all these Inkay starting to assemble here. Unfortunately, there should be a lot more than that. Well, we got 3. That's kind of cool, I guess. Of the 5 I needed to gather. Guess they just weren't eating properly. But hey, if you play the melody, they do start dancing. The Lental request is to have all 5 of them dancing, but that's something, I suppose. Well, we got them there lit up. That was kind of cool. Well, that's what it would look like if there were 5 of them. This episode isn't going well so far, is it? Oh, I don't like the way that thing eats. Unwholesome. Well, we got a new behaviour on Zangoose of it eating. Chomp. And we got, of course, a new behaviour on Inkay, which was a 4-star of them in the air, but it's not the request, because we need more of them in order to do that. That's a Vivillon? Oh, they're in the background. Of course. This should hopefully at least get us to the next level, which will make everything a lot easier. Wow, there's only bronze on that one, though. Ugh, not great. Oh, good Sandygast, though. Don't think that's going to make us all the way up, but hey, I can at least have another shot at the Inkay as well. We're so close. Oh, we're even closer. Ugh. Right, let's try that again. That one got happy and flashed. I feel like that's probably necessary to actually add them to our collection. Yeah, it's actually swimming off now. Okay, that's a good sign. Now, ignoring that one that we've just already got there, we need to get... No, not you. You've already eaten, you hungry bastard. It's the other one that I'm interested in. There we go. So that should chomp down. And then Happy noises, flashes, and swims off. Swims off. Good sign. Our next one is this one over here. And he was a bit of a balls last time. They're surprisingly slow moving, Inkay. Well, that's because of how they swim at the surface, right. Jump, 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 jump. And... happy dance. And swims off. Swims off. Good. We're getting somewhere. Alright, this one down here. Happy dance. Swims off. And then finally there's a couple over here. Yes, either of them will do. Let's go for both, why not? Be a greedy bastard. Right, I'm much more confident with that this time, partly because I can already see them starting to gather there. Let's see. There's a fourth one. I think you can do this request with 4, but 5 is better. Which is good that we can do it with 4, because by the looks of it, that's all we're getting. So, with them all gathered here, I suppose, play the melody. And they should all move into position over there. Then we need to be ready to pull up once I see them getting ready. There we go. Let's see if that's the request or not. Hey, looks like we got the request with just 4 of them. That's excellent. Yeah, that's the request. There we go. Them all lit up that way. And that should also be a much better 4-star anyway. It's a great 1-star because Andy asked about angry at me as well. Well, that's our first request. A significant chunk into the episode, so... oh, settle in. It's going to be a long one for me, I think. But that should bring this up to level... oh, you shitting little anus! Oh. I'm unhappy. Not very happy with that at all. Ugh. Hopefully we've got some in this time, because I genuinely feel like I've already got really good photos. Like, it's the kind of thing in this game, you can get almost stuck a little bit, because it's like, there's almost nothing I can do in this level. Because I've already got high ratings of all the Pokemon here, and because we're level 1, none of them are doing any particularly interesting. Like, we can't get a better Zangoose or whatnot for now, so it's like, it's awkward. Oh, at least we got a new Drifblim. Apparently, 2-star Drifblim of it being beamed in the head is new. So that should at least lock us in, if nothing else. Oh, and a new Blossom. I've got a 2-star before. Unimpressed, Zangoose. Oh, there's a crystal on that Drifblim, so that's good. That's what's already up. And a crystal on that Executor as well. So it turns out there is always room for improvements. Not on that Mareanie, though. Oh, nor on the Moody Zangoose. Oh, well, a bit further away, I guess. New Blossom. Yeah, okay, fair, we're fine. Cool, now with that done, we can actually do the casual gesture one. There will be a lot of other new stuff on this one, but we'll leave that for a little bit. So what we need to do is get over to Octillery. I'll give you a shout if anything exciting happens along the way, but it's that Octillery towards the end that we need to aim for. Oh, total score of 4 billion? Was that or million? I think it was just million. Oh, I never actually cashed in the Inkay one. I should probably do that. That is a pretty good shot, I must say. Oh, your photo's got more Inkay in it than mine. So yeah, it turns out you can do it with 4 rather than 5, which is cool. So you've got various new things here. There's a pair of Pikachu meeting over there, which is cool. Crab Brawlers... well, the Crab Brawlers aren't new. Does Pikachu sound happy, though? That's a male and a female. You can tell by the tails. Ugh, don't like that. But I'll get a photo of it. Unwholesome. Oh, they're sleeping... Alolan Raichu. That's very cute. But. So here we've got a Seviper, which is surprisingly an aquatic creature, is going to come and sneak on this Octillery. When it attacks, the Octillery will flinch. At that point, use your Crystal Bloom, and it will squirt the Remoraid, the thing away. But that's not what we're after. The behaviour we actually want is once we're done, it will, come on, scratch your damn head. Ugh, I think actually we got a decent behaviour on it, but actually we didn't get it doing the head scratch, because it usually just does it after shooting ink to lure the Seviper away. Let's have a look. Oh, and this beach is full of crab brawlers now. Oh, and there's some Finneons here that weren't here before. I'll be honest, this episode is going shockingly for me so far. Again, that's a 4-star auxiliary of it doing that, but we wanted it scratching its head afterwards, so I guess we'll submit that. A crystal on it, which is cool, but it's not the damn Lental request, is it? Ugh. Come on, scratch your head. Scratch your damn head. First time the bloody Seviper didn't even turn up. This is nonsense. Oh, but it bloody scratched his head anyway! What the shit? It's... baffling. Baffling. I'm actually completely out of words. The fucking... Ugh. Twice I lit it with the Seviper, nothing there, and then it's suddenly, for whatever reason, the Seviper doesn't turn up, and then it scratches its damn head. Fucking bullshit. There it is. It's only a 3-star behaviour anyway. Not even on my best 3-star of it, but hey, that completes the request, let's clock it in. There we go. Yep, that's it. How cute! Thanks for getting that shot for me. Brilliant. On next is an easy mistake to make. I hear that in one region there's a misunderstanding between Exeggutor and Crabrawler. Is that also true here in Lental? Indeed it is. Let's go right to the beginning of the level. This one's nice and straightforward. So there's a sleeping Exeggutor there, and we basically have to lure a Crabrawler over to it. There should be one, there we go, nearby. All this one should do. It's, again, this is kind of one of those ones where it's a bit random just where stuff spawns. But you can just paint a fairly clear fluff fruit path over to it. There we go, we should go for it here. Come on, don't eat the thing. Attack the Exeggutor instead. Come on. There we go, punch it right in the ass. And then the Exeggutor will turn around and yell at the Crabrawler. And the Crabrawler's panicked running away is the behavior we're after. Oh, that's very funny. Woohoo! Ooh, that's hard. I actually have to use both sticks and A at the same time there to track that well. But that's exactly the behavior we're after, so let's see how that did. That one of it first turning and running from it is probably the best of the sets. Also a 3-star Exeggutor, which we've not got, of it doing the chasing. Not as much of a good footer, but hey, it's a new behavior. Gold on the Crabrawler. And crystal on the Exeggutor, you mad lad. Right, let's cash that in. Ah, so even here in Lental, Crabrawler mistakes Exeggutor for a regular coconut tree. Yeah, Crabrawler is kind of based on the coconut crab, and it punches trees to knock the coconuts out, but not when it's an Exeggutor. Anyway, up next, when Archenemies meet. We saw Seviper and Zangoose here on the beach. I've heard they're supposed to be like rivals. Do you think that's true, even in Lental? This is a weird one. Because it's you can spend ages using fluff fruit to try and lure these two together. What you actually need to do is much more, not complicated, it's just difficult. But at least it's right near the beginning, so you can just retry it quite easily. Right off in the distance here, you will see a Primarina. You need to nail that Primarina with an Illumina Orb, and crucially you need to do it before getting to like that overhanging palm tree, ideally. It's a real Hail Mary of a shot, and it's just very difficult to get both the left and right and the up and down. Ah, we've got it, brilliant. So, with that done, the Primarina starts to fox off, and the Zangoose that was watching it from the beach stops. As in stops watching it, and starts to move off. This is the only way we can get the Zangoose in the right position for here. Because now we need to use some fluff fruit to lure the Seviper that's in these trees out. And here we go. Come on. I mean, this Zangoose is already ready to fight. Come on. Come on, Seviper. Yes, there we go. This is a Seviper shot for... No! Come back, you little bastard! God damn it. I was going to say, the request is a Seviper shot. Didn't bloody do it, though, did he? Oh, gotta get the timing a bit better on that one. Well, that's a 3-star Zangoose of it ready to fight. And it's a 3-star Seviper of it ready to fight. But neither is what we wanted. God, this has been a shocker of an episode. Every single request is so... Oh no, the crab request was fine. But other than that, it's been a bit of a shocker. Crystal on the Seviper and Crystal on the Zangoose, which is pretty cool. But neither of them is the request. And if they're doing the request, it's a Seviper request, but both of them, it's a 4-star for them. Right, we've nailed the Primarina already. I actually want to move along a little bit faster here, because I think last time I just basically didn't get the Seviper out in time. Because basically I hit the Primarina just a bit too fast. So that lures the Zangoose over, and now let's lure the Seviper out. There we go. Go on. Time to fight. And fight. As I say, it's a Zangoose shot. It's a Seviper shot. But if you can get the Zangoose as well, it's a 4-star on both of them. So I'm just going to fire a lot of bursts of the whole thing, and then we'll cash in whatever we've got. Yes, indeed, 4-star of the Zangoose doing a fight. And a 4-star and a request, crucially, of the Seviper doing the fight. Not the best shot. The best shot is actually a 3-star, but there we go. This is all about the request, as well as the 4-stars. But the 4-stars are secondary to the requests.
Now then, nice work.
That's a silver on that, but it's a request complete. And then that's a crystal on the Zangoose. We completed Zangoose. We're only having one shot of it at the beginning of this level, episode. Right, let's clock that request in. Wow, what a battle. They weren't kidding about those two having an ancestral rivalry. Yeah, that's like snakes and mongoose in real life. Mongooses, I don't know. Up next is a related one, sitting and waiting. Hey, it looks like that Zangoose is waiting for something. What do you suppose it is? This one we need to start off in exactly the same way. We need to trigger the Primarina and then trigger the fight between Zangoose and Seviper. So, I'm still not fully sure whether you need to actually set off that fight or whether you just need to move the Primarina on, because it's not clear how the fight relates to this request, but the Primarina definitely does. As we come down here, we'll notice the Primarina has now moved here. When we take this alternative pathway, sleeping Zangoose over there, kind of watching and moody. If we hit the Drifblim next to this Primarina, she'll start singing a different song, and this song is much more pleasing to the Zangoose, and we get a happy nodding Zangoose, and that is our request shot. It's also a 4-star Primarina as well, which is not bad to do. So there's a decent 4-star Primarina, it's nice and close so we can get that, and their request is also a 4-star Zangoose. Brilliant, let's submit both of those. And that's a diamond on the Primarina, completing it.
Nice work.
And that's also a gold on the Zangoose. It's not as good as the one of it fighting Seviper, but there we go, let's cash the request in. And there we go. Oh, Zangoose is mating for Primarina's concert. It looks so happy to be there. Right, next in this one, right near the end, bigger and bigger, even bigger. Sandygast, and this is horrifying, takes control of all the Pokemon and makes them scoop more sand onto it. It might even get bigger than this sand dune. So let's head to the Sandygasts at the end. So over here, we have got to lure a Crabrawler over to one of the Sandygasts. So I just basically need to lay a cable over there for him to follow. He's got stuck on that one. Oh, no, there we go. We're all good. And this is all just basically triggered by it getting as close as possible to the Sandygast. There we go. So it goes up to the Sandygast appears, and uses Hypnosis on it. Crabrawler sleeps for a while, and then fairly soon starts using Sand Attack on it. This keeps growing the Sandygast. I'm going to take many photos of this just to be sure. But we want a picture of a huge Sandygast, and this photo needs to be of the Sandygast, of course, and be maximum size. Brilliant. The Hypnotized Crabrawler using Sand Attack is also a 4-star Crabrawler if you haven't got one already. Right, let's clock that one in. Yeah, make sure you submit the one that's actually the request here. It's got to be maximum size, which is that big there. And that's a crystal, despite the fact it's from the side, which is pretty good. Let's submit the request. Whoa, I never expected to see one get this big. That's a pretty remarkable moment you captured there. Wonderful. And the final one for the beach at night is Aflutter. At night, there's a Pokemon that emits a pink glow as it swims. Why not make it the subject of your next photo? So that's Finneon that he's describing, but we need a very specific behaviour. So let's head right to the end with the Sandygasts again. So, our goal is these Lumineon here. But what we have to do involves this Octillery and this Sandygast. If we hit the Sandygast with a Fluff Fruit, it wakes up, spooks the Octillery runs away, and the Lumineon jump into the air to get away from it. And that shot of them bouncing into the air is what you want. And there's your 4-star Finneon. It's not a great shot because I thought I wasn't going to make it in the first thing, so I took quite a safe shot from quite far away when actually I could have risked being a lot closer and got a better shot, but it is still the 4-star Finneon, and it is also the Lental request. It's only a bronze for the reasons I've just discussed. Let's submit that one. Wow, that's a great photo. I'm very impressed. What a generic thing to say. And that completes Aflutter, and that completes us on Maracopia Beach in the evening. So to start off in Maracopia Beach in the evening, Reef in the evening even, we actually have 3 requests that we've already completed, but I've never clocked in because I didn't realise clocking in was a thing. First off, Myth of the Sea. Pokemon that might be drawn to Lapras's beautiful singing is Manaphy, which we've of course already done. Then also there is my absolute favourite Whirlpool Blast Off. I'm saying there's something lurking in the Whirlpool. There it is. Love it. Always amazing to watch it blast off like that with its water cannons. The cannons are pointing forwards. It doesn't have ones where its feet are, does it? I was happier not knowing that, I think. And then finally, practice makes perfect. A Raichu surfing along the beach. We want a picture of it doing a trick, apparently. Its practice is really paying off. You can't see that in the picture, but there we go. So that speeds up what we've got to do here anyway. Up first, I think we'll start with, back in there as well, round and round. This one's awful. Hey, I just saw a Squirtle that swept up in a whirlpool. I hope it's okay. This one is very much in the category of like bullying wild animals in order to get a good photo of them. It's not great. Let's head into the reef. So our victim here, and victim is very much the opposite word, is this Squirtle. It's sitting here happily blowing bubbles and minding its own business. We're about to ruin its fucking day. Hit it with a fluff fruit. Maybe when we're a bit closer. Oh my god, I suck. There we go. Gets stunned by the fluff fruit, and a Wingull comes in, bops it in the head, knocks it into the fucking whirlpool. And at this point, it doesn't look like it's having a lot of fun in there, I'll be honest with you. This is one of the ones I genuinely feel the worst about. Because now it just gets sucked into the middle of the whirlpool. We were responsible for it. Right, there is a good news is that it ends up on top of the Blastoise at the bottom. I wonder what happens if you actually get the Blastoise out now. Let's find out. If we do the Power Rangers Blastoise. Oh, that's quite cool. You actually do that with the Squirtle on its back. Cool version of that shot. Anyway, that makes me feel a little bit better. Not great, though, still. I wonder what happens when we get to the end then for that one. Well, the Squirtle is just delivered happily there, so at least we know it's okay. That does take the guilt off me a little bit. Still, there's a whole series of events that we set in process. Didn't waggle its little butt. Well, there we go. Quite an adventure this Squirtle has had. There's some fun little shots of it here as well. Cool, let's plot that one in. And there we go. The only ones that are, of course, both the 4-star are it drowning like that. That's probably the best shot of it. Best in inverted commas. That might even be a better Blastoise because it's got the Squirtle on its back and the Wingull wheeling in front of it as well. Only bronze on that one.
Excellent.
But it completes Squirtle and the request. And not as good of a Blastoise.
Great timing.
And only just a slightly better Wingull, with it doing a loop-the-loop above a flying Blastoise. That's a hell of a shot, Professor. You... Anyway, well, let's submit the request first. Oh, it was just having fun? Was it? That's a relief. Thank you for letting me know. Doesn't look like it's having fun, does it? Up next, we are going to do the Dancing Songstress. Primarina swims so elegantly, especially when it leaps out of the water, but it's hard to get a photo of it. So we need to head to the Primarina, which is just after the whirlpool. So as we pass it, this Primarina will dive into the water. As we approach it, he gets a bit spooked, hops in. I always thought that was the shot, but apparently not. Hit it with an Illumina Orb, which is not easy to do. There we go, and then it will... Come on. And up it comes, and that in the air is what you need. That's another one where burst mode is your friend, and that Mantine can easily get in the way and fuck up the shots. And it'll be like, excellent photo of a Mantine, but it wasn't the request I was looking for. But I think we got it there. Yes, we did. It's a 4-star, except I think we got a better 4-star earlier with the one on the beach. But let's submit anyway. Yep, much better. But it is the request, so let's submit it. Oh wow, I can't believe we were able to get this. We should show everyone later. So up next, I don't know if anyone's noticed this or not, but every single evolution is in this game, and they all have a Lental request associated with them, which is interesting. My mentor told me that I need to snap a photo of Vaporeon eating a fluff fruit, but all it does is swim around. We'll head to the Vaporeon, which is just after the Whirlpool. So that's I lied. This is right at the beginning of the Vaporeon's there. We need to interact with it just after the Whirlpool, but for now we've hit it with a Illumina Orb, and when you do, that makes it swim faster. This matters because otherwise it'll never get to the point we need it to. It'll disappear off there, but we'll see it again before long when we're kind of passing the Whirlpool. So if we illuminate it earlier on, as you can see, it's now here. And this is the only chance you get of it out of the water, and we need it to eat. So it'll waddle over to the fluff fruit, and when it reaches down to eat it, there is our request. So just hit it with that Illumina Orb right at the beginning of the level in order to trigger it properly. Only a 3-star, but it is the request. Let's evaluate it. That's apparently gold, though. A long Vaporeon that we got as a 4-star. I forgot about that one. Oh, that's very funny. Right, let's clock that request in. And there we go. Oh, so this is where it eats. Thanks for finding the spot. Up next, a mighty rolling leap. A Mantine just leaped all over my head. It was so intense I didn't even stop to think about snapping a photo. So we need to go to that point just before the Whale Lords where there will be 2 Mantines. So crucially, you need to have the turbo on here. Because we need to get ahead of the Mantines in order for this to work. They will appear kind of just to our right. There they are, I think. Yes, and if we scan now, they will fly up high into the air, and that was the request there, is getting it just at the absolute peak of its jump. If you failed that one, I think you can do another one, potentially. We might have time. No, I think they're done with it. Hopefully that was the one we wanted done. Yes, indeed, we got it. Our first 4-star Mantine, actually. That's hilarious of it just upside down. The Majestic Sea, flap, flap. Fun fact, real rays do this. Mobular rays, which are significantly bigger than a Mantine, actually. They're about 1.5 meters across. Do this. They jump into the air, and they try and land as flatly as possible to make a loud sound. Seems to be something to do with mating. We're not entirely sure why they do it, but it's very cool and very loud. Oh, that's so cool. I swear I'll get a better picture of it next time. Better than this one, too. Wanker. Next up, Drifting Drifblim. I saw an odd Drifblim. I think his head was more inflated than normal, but maybe my eyes were just playing tricks on me. So for this, we need to go to the Drifblims, which are around to the left of the Whale Lord. So these Drifblim here are our targets. We have to make quite a shot in order to successfully hit either of them with the Illumina Orb. I believe of these Drifblim, it really doesn't matter which one you hit, you just need to hit one of them, but they are all quite far away. But I'm aiming for this one that's kind of the closest here, because it's the easiest shot to make, he says. There we go. Keep an eye on it. It'll fly around a little bit, and then it'll do the behavior we want it to. And... was that it? Do I need to hit a second one with the Illumina Orb? Oh, there we go. I've hit both the Illumina Orbs, and then moving around a bit there. It's doing some weird shit with its legs. Here we go. Now this one will come up to it, and... that's it kind of inflating itself here. You'll notice it's now bigger. Yeah, you need to get both over with an Illumina Orb. That's it. I've forgotten. I was like... I was just thinking, oh, it could be any one of them, but no, it has to be both. But that inflation should be what we're after. Indeed, there we have it. That is both the request, and it is a 4-star Drifblim as well. Let's evaluate it. And it's silver. Okay. But request complete, so let's lock it in. I knew I'd seen it all inflated, but I wonder how its head got so big. It's not that much of a mystery. It's a fucking gas bag. It presumably just inflated itself. Up next, take one, please. I've been trying to get Lapras to eat fluff fruit, but they're just not showing any interest. Maybe they're not hungry. So this is another just get it to eat one. There's a slight trick to this. Let's head to the blue hole at the end. So the trick for getting Lapras to eat a fluff fruit is only the furthest away Lapras will show any interest in a fluff fruit. And it's not easy to throw a fluff fruit near it. You've got to wait until you are quite close to it. Because these ones, I just think, don't actually show any interest. And that's kind of what, not Todd, whatever he's called, is complaining about. Phil. But if we can get this furthest one interested. Come on. You have to wait till a little bit closer to him. Or is it that one over there? Which one of these counts as the furthest? I can't remember. Well, let's try this one. Come on, you. Yes! Eat the fluff fruit. There we go. That's the great shot. And that's exactly the shot we needed. And it's happy now. Wonderful. And I believe it's as simple as that. Oh, though, it's coming over here now. Oh, that's cute. Oh my god. Lapras is such a cute Pokemon. I have one in my car. It's the Sprites. But it sits on the dashboard, so she can see the world. Anyway, let's submit those. Ah, it's not a 4-star Lapras. I kind of thought it might have been, but there we go. That one of it chewing down will be our request. So let's submit that. Probably won't be as good as what we've already got, but oh well.
Now then, great timing.
Marginally less good. Still a crystal, though. Anyway, let's submit that request. It's eating! It's eating! This Lapras must have been hungry. I'll give it some more fluff fruit later as well. And we'll close out the episode with Marienie's a Meanie. Mareanie was going after Corsola in the day, right? In the evening, it might go after Pokemon like Clamperl. So we need to head to the end, but we don't take the blue hole route. Instead, we go round to the left. Now, at this point, you can see our goal over there is the rock with the Clamperl on it. we need to get some fluff roots onto that rock, as many as possible, and we can start hitting it around now with some real Hail Mary shots, and then we'll see what we need to see from there. There we go, we landed some on it at least. Let's speed around this a little bit. Well, that didn't work. That Marienie's supposed to go and attack him. Very much did not. Do I have to lure it up there with a series of fruits? Let's try that again. Right, I figured out what I did wrong. You need to very much get the fluff fruits between and behind the two Clamperl, because then that is when where the Mareanie will hop up from. So here, that's about the kind of the angle we want on it, but it needs to be a bit more visibly kind of between them. Let's head around this corner and we'll see. So, nope. Yeah, that's what we're kind of aiming for, is that area basically. And if we layer a couple of them up. There we go. Right, the Marienie's hopped up behind, and now we keep our eyes on it. Come on, focus on the Mareanie. There we go. And it will sneak up behind the Clamperl and then attack it. And that's the shot we want of the Mareanie attacking and possibly aiming to kill a Clamperl. Again, it's a thing that the game's never really addressed, but this Snap, actually, of all of them, probably comes close to addressing the complex issue of Pokemon predation. The game's just kind of try and pretend it doesn't happen. Anyway, let's submit that. And indeed, that is also a 4-star Mareanie. Excellent. Let's evaluate it. And it's gold. Completes the request. Let's lock it in. Oh, I knew it. This is certainly an incredible moment you've caught on camera. Yes, it very much is. And that completes every Lentalk request now in Maracopia. Because we'll see they're all marked as complete. Next episode, we will be moving on to Volcua Island. And we'll be starting on the Sweltering Sands. Hope you join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.